So the realest reality TV show ever is back, and I am here to review it. This opening is so extra. Ceasar is like dressed as Black Julius Caesar, and everybody is dressed in these togas. But the thing that got me about the togas was that people were wearing curtains and like bedroom sheets. I'm like, you guys are on national TV with a bedroom sheet and some Canal Street belt. I love this show. I think out of all the reality TV shows out there, I feel like Black Ink Crew is probably one of the realest. Next to Intervention on A&E. I just feel like they just put the cameras on them and they just let it go. While at his opening party for 125th, Ceasar announces that he's not closing 113th, which is the original Black Ink. And he appoints Lazy Ted to be the manager. Right as soon as he does that, Duchess is upset and Sky. I get it, but nobody really works at 113, so I don't know why anybody would want that coveted position, but he gave it to Ted. We cut to 113th, and Ted, as the new manager of 113th, the first thing that he does, gets a stripper pole and puts it in the middle of Black Ink. He's too dumb to measure it, so it's too big to fit into Black Ink. So he has to like cut like a part of the ceiling down to put the stripper pole in. Then his second thing, he decides to make the 113th an all girls tattoo shop. And I actually kind of agree with that. I was just like, okay, that was a smart move. You know, the stripper pole being your first move was idiotic, but I think that the shop is going to do really well being an all-female shop. Then to celebrate the shop being all-female, he has the normal Black Ink ratchet stripper parties. And like, when I say ratchet, I mean ratchet. There were strippers milli rocking. Then Ted brings out this huge cake. And you think that like a stripper is going to pop out of it. And going back to the ratchet strippers, they are literally outside naked, like bottoms on, watching Ted pull this cake up. And like, but Black Ink is like in a neighborhood. And I'm like, nobody is saying anything about these naked women just... Oh, this show is so messy and hood. Anyway, Ted pulls the cake up and this girl jumps out, and Sky, she's just like, I'm equal opportunity. We got an Asian stripper, and it's actually Young Bae, who is a new tattoo artist who will be working at the shop. Right off the bat, Young Bae does not make a really good impression with Sky because she's coming off really, really cocky and saying that she doesn't really work well with groups. She's more of a leader, and Sky is not really feeling her vibes because, you know, Sky has been in Black Ink for a very long time, and they're like a family. So she already got a problem with how Young Bae is coming off, and I did too. I was watching, and I was just like, I don't think you gonna mesh with them like too well, Young Bae, especially not with the attitude that she was giving off. So anyway, Sky takes her to the back, and she tries to talk to her a little more, just to like pick her brain to see what she's about. And I was really proud of Sky because the way Young Bae was coming off, Sky has beat up people for less than what Young Bae was doing. And I, as a loyal viewer of this show, realized that Sky is maturing, hopefully. Because I was just like, I can't believe Sky hasn't punched her in the face yet. Sky normally goes off on people for much, you know, little offenses. So I was just shocked that she let Young Bae keep on talking like that, especially when Young Bae was just like, she's going to elevate the shop and they need her, and that she covers tattoos of Black Ink artists because they mess them up. Like they do like basically bad tattoos and she has to cover them up. So I was just surprised that Sky didn't go off on her, but I guess that we're going to see a more mature Sky. Who knows? At 125th, Ceasar is going to make 125th a celebrity place, like where celebrity and high-end clients get their tattoos done. And then 113th is going to be like the all-female regular people shop. So anyway, 125th is like bougie, you know, like even Ted, he was just like, I gotta get out of this place. It's too bougie for me. I need to go back to 113th where there's like crackheads and urine on the ground because 125th is way too bougie. They even have a new receptionist who is like the anti-Sky. She's very like bougie and uppity, and her and she aspires to be a socialite. What grown woman aspires to be a socialite? Anyway, her name is Miss Kitty, and she is already a problem. I already see that she is going to be in a lot of fights with people. His first client is DMX, and he comes in. You know, I don't care what anybody says. I love DMX. You know what I mean? I can see the addiction on him, and I feel horrible, but I still love him. I still, you know, if he has a concert, I'm there front and center, because I was at the Bad Boy concert in LA. Let me tell you something. When DMX came out, I lost all type of class. I was jumping up, screaming. I was growling and barking. A grown woman, and I was barking with DMX. I love him. He didn't look the best, but keep DMX in your prayers. Anyway, he gets a tattoo done by Ceasar of his 15th child. DMX has 15 kids, and the 15th child name is Exodus. Let me tell you about crackheads, right? They have 9 lives, and they reproduce like nobody's business. No tea, no shade. My father has been struggling with an addiction to crack since I was a child. It's not funny, but every time my dad gets out of jail, he creates like 3 more children. And I'm just like, what is up? Like, why is your main goal to reproduce, bro? So I'm not shocked that DMX has 15 kids. It is a crackhead trait. Keep my father and DMX in your prayers. Cease gives DMX this tattoo of Exodus, but before he can even do it, he says that he has to get him drunk because it's going to really hurt. And Cease was like, the first tattoo that I did on DMX, which was the Twin Towers, I had to, you know, fill him up with a full bottle of Hennessy. And I'm just like, is that wise to give, you know, a known addict a liquor? I don't know if the combinations is a good mix, but I thought that wasn't a good idea. But anyway, he gave, DMX started all this drinking, and I'm telling you, when he was getting this tattoo, he was growling the whole time. Oh, he's such a character. But anyway, Cease ends up doing the tattoo, and he was just really appreciative of DMX because he supported Cease when he first started out. And, you know, for somebody who's just starting out to tattoo a celebrity in that industry is really huge. So he is very loyal to DMX and very thankful because, in a sense, DMX really helped put Cease and Black Ink on the map. So shout out to DMX because he put Black Ink Crew on the map, and here we are with this great television show. So thanks, DMX. Then we cut to Melanie, who was really pregnant and still has that hairstyle. Oh man, I will never like that hairstyle. And you know, hair is it's your body, your hair, do whatever you want to do. But it just bothers me so much because I think that Melanie has such a great face for so many different types of styles, and the fact that she chooses this cacophony, it just bothers me. But girl, do you have your press bang and your locks? Anyway, she's about to bust, and she gets a call from one of her clients that Teddy tried to give her to a new tattoo artist, and Melanie is really pissed off because she's just like, I'm about to give birth, and here you are taking money out of basically my child's mouth. So she's really upset, and she sets off to confront Teddy about it. Then we cut to Sky, who has upgraded because remember, Sky was living in this I don't even know what to call it. It was like a row home. It looked impoverished. Anyway, she was living there, but she just moved into this really nice new home with a great view, a great skyline. And I was just like, you better use your VH1 bonus checks, because let me tell you something. Sky has been putting in work in Black Ink Crew on that show for a few seasons. And I guarantee you, when she came on this season, they gave her a bonus. They had to, because that girl she's ratings gold. So she was smart, and she put that VH1 bonus check, season 5 or whatever bonus check, to good use, because her apartment looks nice. But if you ask me, I don't think she's gonna be staying there long, because Sky is very, very loud, and it just looked like her apartment complex don't accept that kind of craziness. Donna comes over to meet with Sky because they're heading to karaoke. While they're there, Donna gets this call from her husband, Maxwell, the guy she married last season. You know, the 5'5" toothless felon who's also a drug dealer and has a baby mama who's a psycho. Him. So he calls her and he's very abusive to her, verbally abusive to her over the phone, calling her all types of names, tearing her down. She gets off the phone with him and she tells Sky about the issues that she's having with Maxwell, about how she believes that he's still seeing his baby's mother while in prison. And she reveals that he beats her. And I feel horrible, but I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked that Donna is in an abusive relationship, and I honestly feel like this isn't her first abusive relationship. I think that Donna attracts the wrong men because she is broken. She is somebody who is broken. She is somebody who's been hurt. I wouldn't be surprised if she was abused when she was younger, because she is the type of person that goes after broken people to try to fix them, and they in turn end up hurting her. And they hurt her to the point where she's more broken than she was when she, tried to fix that broken person herself. And I just feel really bad for Donna. She breaks my heart every season. Every season, Donna has a storyline that is just too hard to watch. And I really hope that sometime in this season or the coming seasons that she gets the help she needs, because she's constantly looking for love in other people when she needs to love herself first before she can love anybody else. Because if Donna loved herself, I honestly don't believe that she would be in these situations with these people who do not value her and mistreat her, especially Black Ink. Like, they're all being kind to her now, but last season they were extremely terrible to her. And it was actually hard to watch sometimes the way they would talk about her, especially season Ted. It was just gross. So I hope she finds some help this. Then we head over to 113th, and Cease comes in to check on the shop, and he immediately notices the stripper pole, and he's already like upset because he feels like he made a mistake already in hiring Teddy. Then he meets young Cocky Bay, and we get like this background on her, and she's another woman on this show that's abused. Like, if you look at it, this show, all of their main characters, I think aside from Duchess, have had some kind of abusive past. And it's really, really sad. Really, really, really sad. I hope, I don't know if they'll do it because it's a reality TV show, but I hope it's explored in a way that really helps these women. Because a lot of the women are aggressive and sometimes violent, but I think it's because they have constantly had to fight in their because they've been abused. You know what I mean? Young Bae, she said that she fled Korea, I believe, when she was 22 because her family was abusing her. And they didn't really go into it, but I'm just like, oh my goodness, for you to leave your country, your place of origin, which you've known your entire life, to come to a place where she didn't know how to speak English, she didn't have a skill, but she just worked her way up from like nail salons to finally tattoo shops to survive. And now she's grasping the American language, English, and she's able to do some really bomb tattoos. She really trained herself to be a great tattoo artist, because she was always a great artist, but she wasn't a tattoo artist. She actually lied about it and was still hired and made a name for herself. And I'm proud of her, but it's just like, that was just something that I picked up. I'm like, every woman, aside from Duchess, who hasn't expressed that, but I wouldn't be surprised, has had some kind of abusive past. That's interesting, and I hope they talk about it or deal with it in a positive way, because there are a lot of women who can understand that and who can relate to that, and a lot of women who are from those communities who are misunderstood because they give off that type of attitude when people really don't realize that that attitude is more of a protection because they've been hurt, manipulated, and abused by people who were supposed to love and protect them. Melanie shows up at 125th where Cease is, and she confronts Teddy in front of Cease about Teddy giving away her clients. And I was really proud because Cease was on Melanie's side, and he was just like, you don't do that in the tattoo community. You don't give away people's clients to other artists. The only problem that I always had this problem with Cease and Teddy. I didn't like the way that Teddy was speaking to Melanie. One, because she's a woman, and also because she's like 8 to 9 months pregnant. Like, she's about to have a baby. And he was like calling her all types of names, just being very aggressive. And Cease and Teddy, they are like that with women, period. And it's, I like the show, but it's very bothersome. And I feel like because I like the show, I kind of give it like an excuse. Oh, they're from New York, so they're a little rougher. It's just still disrespectful. It's ugly, and I'm just not a fan of it. And I hope they deal with that, because I don't think I can keep on tuning into this show with them being so aggressive and disrespectful. So then we come back to the best scene of the night. Donna and Sky are headed out to karaoke, and Donna tells the Uber driver that she wants to make a stop real quick. And Sky is like, where are we going? You know, what's going on? And Donna's like, no, it's okay. I just have to make a stop. And then she finally tells Sky that she's going to Maxwell's baby's mother's house, and she has like this garment in her hand. And Sky's like, well, what are we gonna do when we get there? Like, what's going on? So anyway, they finally get there, and Donna pulls out her wedding dress and sets it on fire in front of Maxwell's baby's mother. This is such a hood cacophony of foolishness. Sets the dress, her $2,500 dress, which I thought was idiotic, because I'm just like, Donna, we all know that you can use that $2,500. But I'm guessing it was TV magic and just the garment bag and not actually the dress. Anyway, she sets it on fire in front of Maxwell's baby mother's house or apartment. Efficiency, more like it. And so anyway, Sky is just like, what are you doing? She was like, I'm on probation. I can't be, around this foolishness. What is going on? She's like, girl, come on, let's get in the car because we could get arrested. So while Sky is trying to convince Donna to leave, Maxwell's baby's mother comes out, and she's just like, you's a bum. What you doing? Why are you doing this? Try to confront Donna. And Donna was just like, we don't even have to go there, because I just want to let you know you can have him. We're done. It's over. And I was really proud of Donna for like standing up for herself, for being like, you know what? I don't need this, and I don't want him. Here you go. And this is a symbol of it being done. So the baby mother comes over, and she's just like, well, what you want to do? What you want to do? And I'm just like, idiot, she told you that it was done. You can have him. It's over. Why are you coming over to her like you want to fight? So the baby mother is going off on her mouth like, what you want to do? And Donna just steps up and punches her. And I feel like Donna did that because she never got over how that girl snuck her the last time that they met. So she punches the girl, and they just start fighting. Donna, I think she held her own, but the baby mother got a couple nicks in because Donna had a bloody nose. Security pulls Donna and the baby mother apart, and they go their separate ways. And the baby mother is just like, first of all, she's in like this biker capri onesie. It was weird. I'm like, what are you wearing? She's smacking her behind, and she's just like, he wants me, he's mine, I'm sleeping with him, and all types of like accolades about her having Maxwell. Guys, he's like a little person with no front teeth, and I'm telling you, he looks like the cosplay version of Marlon Wayne's character from Don't Be a Menace to Don't Be a Menace in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Like, put their pictures side by side. They look exactly alike, and they're fighting over him, and the baby mother is like claiming this dude, and I'm just like, sweetie, he's not a catch. You can have him. And furthermore, he was doing good getting Donna. This is why I feel like Donna has some type of issues and does not know who she really is, because Donna, in my opinion, is a good 10. Real talk. You know what? I'm not going to use that. I hate that. I hate rating people. I don't even know why I just did that. Forgive me. But Donna is a beautiful woman, and I don't even know why. I mean, I kind of know why, but it's just like, she was really scraping the bottom of the barrel dealing with that dude. So, honey, you can keep that toothless dude. We the viewers gonna help Donna get herself together, because she deserves better. So that's where this episode ended. It was a 2-hour premiere, and I was going to do one whole video, but it was just way too much to put into one whole video. So I did a second video, and if you would like to see the second part, you can click right here on this box to see the second part of my review for Black Ink Crew. See you there. Bye.